Good afternoon, everyone. I wasn't sure there for 1 second if I was on. Like I told you, I'm gonna do videos probably every day. And I'm back to this pile that seems to grow and grow. I think I went to sleep and somehow that pile grew. And our box of half done stuff. I just threw some things out of the box, and some empty stuff, and see how many of these we can get done today. So this is like what's on my desk, what's in those piles. Let's clean up and get some projects done as well, and half completed projects. It's a little bit of everything. Let's see what we can get done. All right, I do this often, and I'm looking at it going, was I doing a cluster with that? And there we go, we're yawning. Like I have these things sitting here and I'm not even sure what they were. I don't even think that should have been in there. See, that should have been in with my, in this box. See, we got one thing cleaned up, guys. I'm going to put that just to the side here, just in case we need to pull it out. That's just a little piece of paper. Let's go ahead. I have this tag here. Looks like I covered it, didn't finish the back of it, and it needs some embellishing. And I have this printable that I got from Junk Journal Craft Lena. It's like washi tapes, but I'm just seeing, I think I want this one. I want to collage this a little bit more, I think. And I just saw this one and I was thinking maybe it might look good on here. I'm just going to, I was supposed to cut those all out last night, but I don't know what happened last night. I'm trying to change my schedule around. I forgot to take my medication for a few days. So I have a thyroid condition. So what it is yeah, I kind of like that there so far, but that may not stay there. You don't, with me, you never know. I don't think I have, images in there. I think that's just paper. Let's cover the back. Go ahead and grab this and, you know, get that done. And so it's just, we're going to collage, we're going to do covering, we're just going to take items and create some things. Do you have these piles like I do? Do you have unfinished projects sitting in boxes? And like, this is just one box. I think part of trying to get my self-organized, and then I have my ribbon. I'm going to schedule that in for a day, a whole day where I just do ribbon and get it done. I'm taking one of my rolling carts that I have a lot of different stuff on. Excuse me. And I am turning that into my it's where I'm going to keep my ribbon. Now, stuff that I don't use all the time, I'm going to keep in the bin beside it. But things that I like pull out all the time, I'm going to try to, I made these. This is just a collage board. I took and collaged and then cut out things. So I started already. I'll show you. And I haven't fully done it yet, and oops, these are kind of put together. These are the nice full ones, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them in these containers. They're just the ones that are done so far. So this is the project I'm working on. See, I've got to glue that little corner down. What it is I'm just printing it on regular paper, or I'm collaging both, because those ones were printable this side, and then I collaged the other side. So this is what my goal is, and to have it, and then eventually, like, it'll be This is all my purple, and this is pink and white. That's just ones I did because I was using them. So that's my goal. And these might change where I keep them, but it was just the ones I had completed so far. So I'm working on that for, like, for instance, when I'm filming like this and maybe doing this tag, my lace is, normally it's in a bin, which I got to pull out. And so it doesn't make it easy to put lace on my items to show you. So we've got that done at the back. I'm going to go ahead and ink it really quick. And again, I'm having a contest. Everybody who likes, comments, or subscribes to my channel, their name will go in for a draw. I think it's going to be 2 weeks. I'm going to work on this for 2 weeks. It might end up only being a week, but I'm going to say a week for right now, 2 weeks. And if it's less, then I'll let you know. Because I'm really wanting to get this done. I'm just thinking of how I want to do this, if I want to fully collage it. I've just got a few things that have been sitting on my desk that I just threw in this that has to go away. I put that, but it might be too not. Oh, don't put that to the bottom yet, Christina, because you might. Oh, I'll put that. If I did that, I could put. Butterfly like that. I'm almost thinking that's the way I'm going to go. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. But the only thing is this. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that little extra off. It won't make a difference. And I'm going with this. Well, what I'm trying to do is, my bad habit is I try to overthink when I'm doing these. I think I need very thin scissors, and my very thin scissors are behind me. I hope I'm in. Let's make sure we got this camera right. I apologize, guys, if I didn't have that right. Well, I think we're good there. As you notice, I didn't yap at the beginning so that we get more done. Now, if you don't have digitals, you can find pictures in books and magazines here. Believe it or not, I can get digitals easier than I can find magazines. Well, because I got a printer. One year, what I asked for was from my friend asked me what I wanted. Well, Andre and Gab. And I said, I really want an Amazon gift card because I need to replace my printer. Because I had a Canon and the ink was so expensive. And so it was, you know, it wasn't worth it. And I told them, because I want to get an HP and I want to, you know. So they got me gift cards and I invested in a printer. Now, I didn't spend a lot because I don't expect big money from them. They do so much for me outside of even my birthday. I'm very fortunate to have them as friends, and we do things for each other. Let's put it that way. We are good friends. We don't even call ourselves friends. We call ourselves a family. We go out together on Sundays as a family. We celebrate Christmas. I haven't gone home in a while. Several reasons. One, the train ticket for that time of year is just ridiculous. Hey, look, I booked my I'm going to Jamaica in February next year. I had to, I live in Montreal, my family lives in Guelph, and they fly out of Toronto. We couldn't get me out of Montreal, so I have to take a train in to Toronto, train into Guelph, and then leave from the airport with them, which is kind of nice to, you know, travel with them, except for, you know, there's the extra expense of the train. My sister said, let's book the train now. This was like in August. And the lowest tickets for the economy tickets were all sold out for 5 days before and 5 days after. It was crazy, and it's February 2024 because our only way to go back and forth now, our bus system closed, so this is all we can do. My little antlers on there, and there we go. It's done. Quick and easy. Like I always say, I don't put my tabs on till I put it in journal one. It's easier to keep off to the side. If I add any little lace, I usually do that at the time so that as it's sitting in the box, it's not getting squished or dusty, or, you know, I do the lace at the time. There we go. Quick and easy. I think this needs nope, that's fine. I was thinking it needed a little more glue, and there we go. There's one done. Lickety split. But I mean, we were lucky because it was already partly done, right? So what else? We got a blank card here. It could be a small journal card. It could be a tag. Let's turn it into a tag. Yeah, let's turn it into kind of a chubby tag. It's a chubby. And now let's we can do this several ways. I can just pull out a big paper and cover it. You know what? Let's pull out a blue. I have blue sitting right on top. I have this pretty blue. But I kind of want that in the middle. I also have this one. The hard part sometimes is when you're using scraps, and like this one where the flower print is, if you want a good amount of the flower print, it can get tricky sometimes on these ones. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But I'm also thinking, if I just let's see what I'm thinking of doing. I'll use that. That's not a thing. I'm thinking this was going to go here, right? This was going to go here. Okay. I want to make sure I get that right. So let's just take it. And I'm going to put just a little something different just to break that up. Let's see what we've got here. We have this little piece. Is it big enough, or doesn't quite suit it because you don't really see much of it? Maybe even just a pretty blue behind it. What if I just did a blue like that? No. I'm bad for mixing patterns. I don't do mixing patterns well. Might do. I know that this is going to tear a little bit more. I might tear this up a little bit more. And I am going to lightly ink this because when you tear sometimes, especially when you're using white photocopy paper, and I think it'll help age it up a bit, especially with the paper I'm going to put down. Let's make sure that this is there we go. I think that will look really good. And then we're gonna just because I know that there'll be a white spot there, so I want to make sure I get that in the right place. I'm going to take my pencil. This is just more for me so I know where I want to glue it down. It's just something I do here. Just so when I go to put it on, the same as here. Where does this roughly come up? So right there, so I do need, I should have put something down again. Silly me. And I'll quickly measure this before that glue really sets. Perfect. And we're going to trim this up. Glasses on so I can see the edge of this. I just moved it closer, guys, so I can get the edge of this proper. So we just pick up some of these little scraps right now. I don't know what happened today. I didn't understand Andre. He left a while ago. He came downstairs around 12:30 and he said, I forgot to tell them to keep Jacob after school. And I said, you can't pick him up at 2:30, like 3 o'clock where he picks him up. Has to leave it here. And then he said something as he went up the stairs and left. And I don't know what happened. I haven't seen Andre since. Because Andre works from home, and so I'm just a little lost what is going on. I don't know where he went. I don't know if there was an appointment. Nothing, so I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if Jacob had a half day. Normally, like I watch him when, like, especially now that his mom's in school. If he has a day off from school, I'm going to have to take care of him. Because Andre just, don't want to waste his days off. When he, he saves them up for week's vacation. So, there we go. That turned out well. Now, what are we going to put here is the question. What do we add to this image? So while I look at that and decide what I'm going to do further with that, we'll go ahead. Now this is one that was a printable, but I don't like how faded it looked. But instead of throwing it away, I'm just going to cover it. I'm just using it like a tag base. It was when I first started and I was just learning, and I have a bunch of these. And so I thought, oh, I need to cut these all out because they were sitting scrumped up in a thing. And I said, let me cut them out and I can resurface them. And, that's what I'm going to do. Now, if you don't have digitals like me, pull out your book pages. Oh, I have something. I got this in Happy Mail. I might, not so much that one, but thinking. I only got those two. There's a little bag of Happy Mail, so I'm going to see what's in here. Oh, look, there's a tag. Let's put that in the box so that it can get used. Some cute envelope. So I'm just seeing if there's something I can decorate with. Oh, there we go. Trying to use this in my niece's journal that I got to finish up before February to take home to her. It's been a long time coming. Oh, I'll just throw that in there. Now, I don't mind this, but we might just take a little bit off the bottom here. Because we're going to put something, what I'm going to do is straighten the edge of this at the end of that. Because I'm going to kind of put it on the side instead of right in the middle. And then I'm going to collage in behind it. With what? I don't know. We will see. Wondering if a paper bag. No, I think it takes from it. I'm wondering if I should leave that. But I don't know. Just looking for something that can go, that's not overpowering, that can go in the background of that. Let's see, well, I'll pull out another piece of this. I don't think I want more of that because it's long down the line. I'm just going to grab one thing I think might look good, and it's across the room. It's one of the boxes I need to bring closer to my desk. Sorry guys, it's just something that popped into my head. Let's see if you guys can even hear me. Oops. Oh, sorry. I'm going to grab two pieces of what I'm thinking. I don't know which. I went to the Dollar Tree in Ontario. We traveled there one day, and they had these bags of paper, and it had a lot of different fiber papers in it. And I'm just thinking, this, I think this is too white, and I pulled this out because this I actually might turn into a tag. But now that I have that, or I don't want to. I'm going to have to cover that whole thing. Maybe I will cover the whole thing. Do I like that? I think we will. Let's glue this. And then I'll do add another little bit of color somehow. I was supposed to turn this on earlier. I made my lunch. I had a really good lunch. On Sunday, me and Gab bought some really nice meat from the market. It's all the way that he does the ground meat. He takes it's better than supermarket meat from a local farmer, and we fried that up. And then she had made homemade spaghetti sauce, and we pulled out the last bag, and we added, it didn't have a lot of meat sauce left in the one bag, so we threw some of the meat in there. We had spaghetti on Sunday, but then me and Gab took the rest of the little bit of sauce that was left over, and it wasn't a lot. It was enough to just to flavor all the fried meat. We had onions in it, and we only forgot the mushrooms. We wanted to add mushrooms in it, and we forgot. But anyways, we divided up in half because we're both trying to lose weight, so we're kind of doing kind of like a keto. But so that I could stuff it in a pepper and cook it up for lunch. Yeah, I did that yesterday with it. Today, I didn't feel like a stuffed pepper today. There's no rice in it. It's just meat and vegetables in it. But today I had a fresh tomato right from the garden. That was a big one, so I sliced two big slices, put on my plate. I warmed up the meat and threw it on top of the tomato with some Parmesan cheese grated onto it. And then I fried myself a couple of eggs, and I fried it right where I warmed up the meat in it, so I had some of the flavor of the meat, and I put that beside it, and that's what was in my lunch. And it was yummy, guys. Yummy. I don't know what to cook for dinner tonight because we've been eating a lot of hamburger meat the past 2 days and chicken, and I thought I had sausages, but I don't. And so I think I'm going to... Jacob loves chicken nuggets, so I think I might cook them chicken nuggets, and then I might have that again for dinner tonight. That's how much I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it that much. What I need now is maybe a label or a frame across there. And where did I put those labels and frames? Because I had to move everything because of Boo Boo. I'm not sure where I keep moving things to, because she took over my box and she's asleep in it right now. It's my scrap box, and it's gonna have the scraps are gonna have to come out of it because she has now decided that it is her bed. I'll show you. I'll literally show you. I'm gonna take my phone down. Don't mean to make you sick, and don't mind the mess you might see. That's my scrap box. I now have a blanket in it, and so she thinks that's her new sleeping spot. Because this is my desk I work at. You see the scraps on the floor and my mess. I have to clean the top of my desk. And so there she is. Right there. And that has been, so I can't ever get to my scraps right now. Sorry if I made you dizzy. Or making you dizzy now as I try to get this back into focus. And that's where she's been sleeping. She thinks it's her new bed. So I put the blanket in it just to protect my the papers and all her cat hair getting in it. But I'm going to take the scraps out of that now, and that might become her new sleep, because it's better otherwise she lays on my desk. Yeah, she lays on my desk. I don't know if I want to put a color into it. This is a digital I bought with these frames. I also make my own, but these ones are the ones I bought. I might do that. I kind of like the green. Or do I want to just put a long one down the side? Nope, I think I like the big one. And I'm just trying to think of where my script stamp is. I think I've lost it just recently. Oh, I'm sure it's just been misplaced, and it'll jump out at some point. At some point. Maybe, if I'm lucky. I'm bad with my stamps sometimes. I don't. Oh, I know what you want to do. Oh, Boo Boo, I'm gonna slide you for a second. It's okay, baby girl. You're fine. I'm moving her so she's not particular happy that I'm moving her. Oh, there we go. You're just fine, my girl. You're just fine. You're just fine. Just fine. There you go. You can go back to sleep now. I have an itch on my face, guys. Oh, yes. Hi. I woke her up. Now she thinks she wants to be petted. I think I want to... Sometimes with this, it's a stamp I have, but sometimes I just use the background and put some... Oh, there we go. I don't want a lot. Just add a little bit. What, baby girl? She wants to be petted. So she's telling me. I don't know if you guys can hear her or not. But I didn't want to stamp that whole frame, but that's okay. I don't want that to stick to the back. What I'm worried is to see if this textured paper, that glue stick will stick on it, but it looks like it will, which is good. And I won't waste that. I will use that. That'll even be good this way. This might turn into a little cluster. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes I'll do this if I've got pieces and I want to just, and it turns out to me. I may not do that. Now that I did that, I wished I didn't do that, because I might put, what I'm going to do, if I have a paper clip here, is this, I got to put some lace behind it, but I'm just going to paper clip it, because it's not what I'm working on right now. But sometimes I'll do that when I get the little scraps and I see something come together. So later I'm going to put some lace behind that and make a cluster. Or I might use it in a few minutes and it might go on a tag. Well, I guess it's not going to matter because I'm gluing this down. There's a little piece, but it's where it's kind of torn the way it came. So there we go. Is it still at the front? Yep, it's still at the front. I think I want something a little dark, just to add a little contrast in there. Come on, stop sticking to my finger. I want it there, or there. Maybe like that. There we go. And I'm just wondering if I should put, I want to try something. I don't know if it'll, we're about to find out if it works or not. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, I like that. Just to add, there we go. I just wanted a little bit more to that. There we go. I'm using all kinds of different, there we go. I think I want that to right to the edge. There we go. There's another tag done. Oh, I like how that turned out. That turned out really good. That turned out really good. Okay, let's go ahead and cover this since we were playing with this one. Just looking at my papers, seeing which way I want to go with this. Let's trim it all the way around. I'm really thirsty right now, guys. You know what the worst thing right now I'm craving, and I'll have to have it on the weekends, is I'm craving chocolate chip cookies. Because I like cookies with tea. And I'm craving a tea right now, and I keep thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a chocolate chip cookie to go with it? But no, I'm going to fight that urge. And you know it's hard to find keto snacks? Because even if they say keto, they still have a lot of carbohydrates in them. And so to have one cookie and waste carbs, because oh, stop that. Yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. Should put that image somewhere else. It shouldn't be there anyways. You know what? I have a lot of little pieces to the top that I told myself I wanted to use up. Where did I put that? Huh? Where did I put it? Did I pick it up with the paper just now? The HP thing that I was gluing on the back of it that I was going to do. Oh, there it is. What I first do is do this. Because I want to make sure that's on it. I think I'm just going to cover that whole thing. But I'm not sure because there's only one flower on it. I have a lot of little pieces, see, kind of sitting to the top here. I'm going to pull that out. This I love because I will use this as my tag. I think I've told you guys that before. And just now I thought how nice this would be sitting on this. Only thing I think I want to do is I want to trim a little bit more off. Yes, I'm going to trim some of the leaves and the flowers, but that doesn't bother me. I want to show some of the paper bag at the same time. Where's the end of the paper bag so I know that? A nice solid green behind there, maybe. I think this would be overpowering. Maybe not. I'm going to try to balance that up a bit. See if I can't use this funny scrap somehow. I don't think it's going to work because that looks... Unless I sit it like that. It'll go up like that. It's here that my problem is. So I was hoping no. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that funny shaped piece. Let's put it that way. It's not selling me. I like this with this, but the paper I'm using isn't quite doing it for me. Just a second, I'm gonna fold this over. Sometimes I gotta do this. I do a lot of this eyeballing stuff, guys, because sometimes, you know, you get an idea and you think it's gonna look good and then you glue it down. So I do a lot of this. Now it's not perfectly because I'm not gonna have it sticking out like that. What I'm worried is that, oh, I could, I'm almost wondering, should I not even worry about that? Just stick it on by itself. Okay, think about that while you go back to covering this. Top here. The reason I'm using this is because I'm also thinking I have this blue stuff and I want to put it in my blue package. I know with this Insta ink I've got to really put, because of the finish on it, I can't do light glue. It has to be really glued well. Sticky fingers. It would help if I find where I put my glue book again. I lost it. And I don't know where I lost it to because I just don't know. I'm just going to go straight across. There, that's nice. I like that. This is big enough. Oh, just, I think. But it might be too light. And you're going to see everything through, so I need a darker color. I have a darker color here. Many people use their tea-dyed paper to cover that, and you may prefer that. I print different pattern, different grunge paper. Reason being is it's very hard for me to tea dye, so I don't like wasting one side of my tea dye. I know sometimes it looks good, and I'm just low right now. Maybe I'm hoping next week I'm going to set up my tea dyeing, and I'm going to buy paper, and just one piece of big pack of paper, and tea dye a lot. But it just takes me days because I've only got a small table to work on. So I can only dry so much at a time, and being in the basement, it's damper, so it takes it longer to dry. So I can only do about 8 to 10 sheets at a time and let it dry. So it's a really time-consuming job. So, and because I'm low, I don't waste it on the back of these. But I'm privileged to be able to print. Now, not everybody has that choice. And so then go right ahead, use your tea-dyed paper. For me, it's just because I'm in a different situation. You work and use what is handy for you in your situation. I'm fortunate because it's funny is a lot of people have lots of ways to get magazines and things like that. I don't. But whereas I have the printer. So you work and you choose your supplies according to what is available to you and what makes it easiest for you to create. Sometimes I worry too much I worry a lot on here that I use too much digitals, and so those that don't have the privilege like me to print, I feel bad. But I don't get magazines here. And sometimes when I see the boxes of magazines people get for free, the other day someone was selling magazines in my area online, and they wanted, I think it was $25 for their, it was a small box. I would say there was probably 10, not even 15 magazines in there, and they wanted $25 for the box. And you couldn't, I asked her what type of magazines in there, and she says it's just, you take it the way it is, and she wouldn't even let me know what was in it. So makes it, a little more difficult in this case to be able to. I'm just going to find my blue flowers. I don't think I have many. I really think if I had I don't think I have a dark blue flower right now. I gotta find some. I got a lot of one shade of flower. I need to go on the hunt. No, I don't think a flower is going to suit this. I don't think a flower is going to suit it. No. I think maybe a vintage lady might, but I don't know if I got a vintage lady. I'm going to go into my, I have to sort. I fussy cut these when I was home, and I have forgotten I need to sort them into their proper place, and I'm just eyeballing it really quick to see if there was anything blue I could pull out and use. Oh, it would be one less thing I have to try to. Now, where are my ladies? A bird might work. I don't use birds often. There's my vintage ladies. And I got to do some more. I've made some nice packets up, but I'm going to do some packets with smaller. And I would like her to have blue in it. There is that. I need to do some blue. I've got a lot of neutral. A lot of this neutral with a bit of pink in it, but I need some blue. There's her. There's her. There is her. It's those two so far that I'm liking. And I sell these in my shop. I have groups of different ladies, and I always give a variety of sizes like this, so that depending on the tags you're using them in, if you want them in larger, where you want them to be journal cards by themselves, and I can print them out that way. I don't have a price on something like that yet, but that's something I can do. But I like a variation. I shouldn't put that too far away because I got to put the ladies away that I don't use. But as of right now, kind of liking her. I think I decided no on her. No, I don't. So far, she's the one I like. So far. Then I'm going to check one other thing. There's things I sometimes pull into to see my ready-made clusters. See if there's something. Oh, it's too big. Too big. I keep my ready-made ones in a cluster, and of clusters kind of like this, and then there's some that I got to finish. But I got a lot of pinks, but not a lot of blues. Nope. It's too light. I think I'm just getting into more pinks. But I do have too big. Okay. Yeah. If she was a little bit smaller, she might have worked, but she's a little big. She's a little big, so I don't have a cluster ready. Let's see in my fabric clusters, but I think they're all pinks again. But let's just double check. Do have that, but I don't like that just by itself. And these are kind of like mainly fabric and lace clusters. Now this wouldn't be bad if we wanted to add it to her. There, I think I might do that. That's what I think I'll do. Let's put that back over there. Okay, I need to clean her up a bit. Sometimes when I fussy cut for myself, I don't always do it perfect because I know I can fix it up for myself, but for my customers. And I do offer I do mine. I don't like the thickness of cardstock especially when I'm layering, but if I'm printing it to use as a journal card, then I'll do it on cardstock. And I do offer them both on regular paper, and then I add a charge if you want it on cardstock. There, I think I like that. That is what we're doing. We're just going to ink her up. I got to check the time. I've gotten so carried away here. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. Because we have that blue. If she would not look good. Ha ha. There we go. What was the other one? I lost the other one that I was debating as well. Actually, I like that. There we go. I'm just going to ink her up. Then I'm going to stand up and check the time. I really wonder where they went. What's going on? I wonder if he had a doctor's appointment. I don't know. I worry about these little things like this. You hear me keep bringing it up because I don't know what's going on, and so I get a little fussy. What time? We're at 52 minutes already. No way, guys. No way. We'll barely get this one finished. Thank you for joining me, and once again, if you like, comment on my video. Your name will be entered into a draw, and depending on how many people I get, will depend on how many prizes I draw. And as well, if you subscribe, your name can go in as well. If you have a Facebook page that you have a lot of junk journalers on that would love to see these, and you post it and show, a lot of times when I'm doing a cluster, because it's a little heavier, I won't use the glue stick, just to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. And before I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to round my corners up. This one might not do it because, oh, it did it. Because it's cardstock and this is not an expensive trimmer, but it did it to this spot. It's always one that it fusses with me on. There we go. I'm quite happy because so far I've done a few things for my blue that could go into my blue journal. There we go. And then I just have to put on, I put her a little cricket, but that's okay. So we got that one done, and this will look better once it's got a tab on it as well. And depending on where I put her, but she'll probably be a top level, so I'll probably put it to the top. I'm just gonna see if I got any white on this. There we go. And I like her on here. And again, if I had a little, I don't have a dark blue flower, and I think the pastel one I have might be too light. But then I could put a dark gem in the middle if I wanted to. Because I want to add a little bit more to this. But this is like, I really like it. So as you see, if I struggle with something, I'm thinking, oh, it's very light. That's too bad. And I don't have a dark flower. I might have to make one with a cardstock and make my own homemade flower and put it there, which is what I'll probably do. Or I could sew a button there, do a little cluster as well. So, but I won't worry about that right now. I want to thank you again for joining me. And we got I'm pretty happy. We got 1, 2, 3 done, and this one done. So we got a few more done, and we got some more paper off, but this needs some. I was a little concerned with this paper, so I'll put a little white glue. And if I find in more places I got to do that, yeah, I'm finding I might have to. Because just the texture of it. But there we go. We got a few more tags done, a journal card, a few more papers cleaned up. I didn't get as many done as I wanted to. I think because I fussed around with trying to find it really bothering me she's not straight. So there we go. There's more, and we got a little bit of a cluster done here. A little bit of a cluster done. So there we go, guys. Thank you for joining me today on Let's Get Things Clean. That's what I should, let's get things finished is what my tag should be. So there we go. And so I got 2 more that could possibly go in my blue journal. And I felt like we did one more, but this was our first one. I guess not. But that's perfect. There we go, guys. We got a few more pieces done to put in the box. But eventually, when we're done, we will sort them into the proper place. So we can add those in there. And those are done. These are a few that were given to me. I just put them in here and then I can put them away. I think I'll move her to the back so she doesn't get so. There we go. We got a few more pieces done and added in there and a little bit more off of our desk. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful afternoon and we will see you tomorrow or maybe later today. We'll see. Bye for now.